Hey everybody, this is Uncle P from Super Easy Forex, and so today I'm doing a video on journaling. Question came in, should you journal your trades? This is a very important conversation that we need to have, so make sure you got pen, paper, something to write with, because I'm going to give you at least 6 points that I've learned as far as why journaling your trades are critically important. Okay, so make sure you have something to write with. While you're getting something to write with, I have a very important announcement. On the what date? The 17th of this month. The 17th of this month. Finally, our scanner. And I'm sorry that this camera is blinking. It's doing a whole lot of blinking. Let me move it around a bit. Maybe do it right here. There's a Our new scanner is coming out for you guys. All right, we have a dashboard that is a freaking amazing beast. We worked very hard and very long on it. And what's nice about it, hear me good, it works perfectly with our triple arrow system. But let's just say that you have a different strategy. It's okay. It's highly adaptable for any strategy you want to use. Okay. So anyway, I just want to mention that it's coming out on the 17th of this month. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be on our page, and I'll give you more information as it comes along, okay? But that thing is a freaking beast. I'm telling you, it's a beast, and it's adaptable for any trading style that you choose. That's what's nice about it. We try to make things that's very unique in nature, okay? So that's number one. So again, while you're grabbing your pen and piece of paper to get ready to take notes on journaling, I just want to give that announcement. Number two, we've been sending a lot of money because our company make donations all the time, and I wanted your support. Because every time you purchase one of our trading systems, we actually donate money out of that to organizations around the world that we find are helping others. And this week, we've been supporting a small little company in, I think they're in Dallas, Texas this week, and it's called Minnie's Pantry. I remember, I think it's in Dallas or it's in Plano. I remember when I was in Texas, I actually volunteered there one time, and they do phenomenal work, in my opinion, to help people who's hungry. So Minnie's Pantry provides food for people who can't afford it. Okay. So anyway, if you can afford to make a donation to them, that's what we're donating to this week. Okay. Minnie's Pantry, MINNIE, Minnie's Pantry. Okay. Food pantry. That's what it's called. All right, let's get started. Here we go. So I'm going to give you 7 things that I've learned since journaling my trades. 7 things that I've learned since I started journaling my trades. And I'm going to go step by step and explain them. So please make sure that you're paying attention. Make sure that you have something to write with where you can take notes, okay? And this is being recorded, so you can always play it back later on. All right, so here we go. Number one, the first thing it taught me that I was trading too much every week. Please write that down. It will teach you how much trading volume you are doing every single week. That was critically important, because what I found out, I was wondering why I was trading a lot and coming out every week at either break even or at a loss. But yet I'm doing excessive amounts of trading, trying to make it work, make it work, make it work. Okay. But I found out it was because I was doing too much trading. That's the reason why when you join Super Easy, one of the things that we say in the instructions as you're going through the tutorial and in class, I say you really only need about 3 or 4 good trades a week. You don't need to be a high volume trader. Okay. And that's the reason why some of you guys are really not moving forward. It's kind of like a hamster on the wheel. It's doing a lot of movement, but it's not going anywhere. It's kind of like running on a treadmill. Yeah, it feels good that you're doing all these miles, but realistically, you haven't went anywhere because you're on a treadmill. And that's what treadmills do. It give you the illusion that you're going forward. And they even make these new ones with the TV screen. And with the TV screen, it actually have pictures of roads and streets and hills and all these things to really give you that feeling like you outdoors really going somewhere, when in truth, you're still in the same place. And that's what high volume trading does. It makes you feel like you're doing something very productive, but at the end of the week, if your account is not reflecting that, then you might want to scale back on how many trades you're taking. So that's one of the first things that I realized. I'm working too hard to get nowhere, and that's what my journal showed me. Number two, Number two, it taught me when the market makers were pulling most of their stop hunt tricks. So by me journaling my trades, journaling the times, what sessions, and I'll get into that momentarily, but when I started documenting in detail every single one of my trades, that's when I began to figure out how many of those times I was losing trades and why. I'm gonna say that again. It taught me why and when I was losing most of my trades. And that is when I discovered the most active time when the market makers are purposely stop hunting your trades. When you join Super Easy Forex, I always talk about there's a specific time of day that I get up to go to work because it's a job to me. And I'm sorry about the camera blinking in and out. Let me try to move it over here. See if that helps. Let's see if that helps. So I always talk about there's a certain time where I actually will get up and go for trades. Now, there are sometimes I make a compromise, especially if I'm tired or something like that. But nevertheless, the fact is that there are specific times where I'm looking for the market to actually go trade. And the reason why is because my journal had revealed to me that, okay, if I document, man, they just stop hunting me. Okay. And you journal that. And then the next day you see that, okay, they just stop hunting me again, and you mark down what time that's happening, then you begin to realize the market maker's true method. Because I know there's a method out there called the market maker's method. You'll begin to understand the real market maker's method because you're documenting what time it's actually happening. And therefore you'll know, okay, around this time is when they're actually every day in the market almost, you'll see that they stop hunt those pairs. They'll reverse it against you on purpose. It didn't matter whether they was with the trend, against trend, it doesn't matter. It's the market makers, that's how they make their money. But unless you're documenting your trades, your wins, and your losses, and the times, and being detailed, you're going to be always wondering what's going on as opposed to making things happen as they're going along. Let's go to the next one. Number three. Number three, my journal taught me which pairs had the best and worst results based on whichever strategy I was trying to implement at the time. Many of you guys, and I talked about this in class, I said what professional traders do, we have to test our strategies, right? But what some of you guys do, you really get pissed way too quick. You give up too quickly. And so I was telling them in class that a lot of times people will send me different systems, to test out and everything else and look at. Okay, and that's fine. But one of the things that I was telling them is that one of them that was recently sent to me, they actually said, oh, this have a 70, watch this. They said it has a 78% win rate. How did they come to that number? Watch how they did it. They said after taking 50 trades, we have concluded that it has a 78% win rate. Now, let me go back to the first thing we talked about, trading too much. They didn't take 50 trades in one day, okay, like some of you guys do. 50 trades in a day, that's too much. No, they took 50 trades over a couple of months, and as a result, they came back and said, okay, this have a 78% win rate. Notice what they did. They were able to track their trades and figure out what was their win rate based on that. So what some of you guys do, you will take something, you won't read the instructions on how to use it or anything else. You just slap it on your charts and you go for 2 or 3 trades, you blow your account, and then you say, oh, the heck, this doesn't work. Do you see the difference? From a professional who documents everything versus a person who's just emotionally trading, hoping and gambling. You see the difference? Journaling is critical. Let's go to the next one. So, and going back to just real quick, that's why in my group, when I'm teaching class, and I won't do it here because some things you just gonna have to pay for. I ain't giving everything away for free. Sorry about this blurring camera. I don't know. I got one of the most expensive phones and it still does its crap. So for me, I can't tell you everything. Some things you're gonna get when you join. Some things I do for free. This is one of them. I have certain pairs that are highly dependable that I just like to go to every single week because I know them. And how did I get to know them? Because I was documenting and tracking my trades. And for my type of trading style, they fit me perfectly and they produce on a regular basis. So those are kind of like my golden goose trades. But had I not been documenting which pairs were tearing up my account and which ones were not, I would be lost, like many of you. Okay, let's go to the next thing. By the way, with all this talking about documentation, when you do join us, if you decide to, you don't have to. I'm just giving free information. But when you do, or if you're already in my group and you haven't done it, complete the tutorial steps. And step number 3, and it says printouts. I actually provided everyone with a trading journal. You don't have to make one up. I actually gave one for you. It's free of charge when you join. It's inside the system. Okay, and step number 3. All right, let's keep going. Number 4, it taught me which strategies worked and didn't work after a number of trade results. This is huge. This is huge right here. Sometimes what you'll come out with a trading strategy and you say, okay, I'm gonna try this strategy. Most people will come out, they may take 2 or 3 trades, and then if it don't work, they're done with it. Not realizing maybe you was trading during a bum week. Like this week that just passed, it was kind of like a break-even week. Nothing made, nothing lost, nothing. It was just break-even, just sitting still. Why? Because it was NFP, non-farm payroll. And I told you guys last week, when that happens, see, I give you heads up. I told you the market tends to just jerk around a little bit and don't do much. At least I said that in class. I don't remember if I did it on the video here, but in class I told them that. I said the market just jumps around and it just really does a lot of head faking, even though the non-farm payroll news ain't that big of a deal. It's no surprise, but nevertheless, that's what the market does every week. So you may have tested your strategy on one of these weeks where it's just a choppy week. And then you throw your hands up and you walk away because you're not documenting over time. You're looking for quick profits, quick moves, and then you move on. You just quit too quick. But if you were documenting over time and said, okay, I'm going to take 20 trades, I'm going to take 30 trades, and even if you do it on a demo account, which is wise to do if you're testing out a strategy. So what you do is you document, just like let me give it to you guys like this to make it even simpler for you to understand. If you're going to be a professional, you want to treat it just like you're a chemist or any other, like for an example, here's what some you guys understand. You understand that right now they're trying to create this vaccine for the coronavirus. All right. Now, what if you were the one creating it? Watch how this works. If it was you creating the virus with your non-documenting, emotionally testing self, you would have tested, shot up 3 lab rats, they would have died off, and then you done. This ain't working. I'm going to do something else. You understand what I'm saying? But if you really look at them creating the coronavirus, they test it and then they try it. They mess around with the chemicals again, then they test it again, then they redo this, then they redo that, then they send it for human trials. They send it they have procedures over time to track and document what did work and what didn't. You just an emotional trader. You take 2 or 3 trades, you throw your hands up, and then you move on and you're buying another system, another this, another that, because you didn't even document, hey, is this a heavy news week that I'm trying to test my strategy out on? If it is, I can't come to a solid conclusion with whether the strategy actually worked or didn't work. Why? Because I was testing it during a choppy market. It's kind of like trying to parasail in the middle of a storm. See, it doesn't make sense. But if you're not documenting what's going on, you throw your hands up and you quit. You see how you got to document what you're doing. Okay, be a professional. Document. Write things down. Let's go to the next one. Number 5, it taught me which days were better to trade and which days to avoid. There are certain days that I don't have a reason to trade. Sunday is one of them. I'll give you that for free, and you ain't even got to join my super easy for that. Sundays, I'm not tripping. There's money to be made sometimes, especially if you're scalping. Yeah, you could. But for me, I don't waste my time on Sundays. Matter of fact, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm out. I'm going, somewhere out of town with my family. We heading out. I'm good. I don't need to be looking at the market today. Nothing much to see here. Why? Because when I documented my main days when I was losing most of my trades, guess what day it was? Sunday. Ain't that amazing? See, but had I not been writing things down, I would have still been like many people who does the same thing. Either you made a deposit in your account yesterday, which is Saturday, or you're in the middle of making your deposit today, which is Sunday, and you trying to get your money into your account before the market opens because you one of those people who rubbing your hands together. Ooh, I can't wait for the market to open. I can't wait for the market to open. And you're going to get your butt chewed off. Yep, that left butt cheek, they're going to chew it off. Because in my group, I taught them by documenting my trades and tracking and seeing what was going on. I said, you're going to instantly lose, especially if you're trying to scalp. The moment the market opens, you're going to lose your money. guaranteed. This is why your account is typically blown before the end of the week. A lot of that has to do with Sunday trading. The moment the market opens at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time today, it ain't got nothing to do with the charts. It has to do with your own broker. The broker opens up the spread sometimes 3 to 4 times the average amount at the opening of the market. And they do this almost every single day. At 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, you should never be looking at trades because the broker opens up their spread. And if you're brand new and you say, what is a broker spread? That's kind of like going to the casino. The casino is going to charge you up front just to play on their machines. So, let's just say you sit at a slot machine. Okay, well, guess what? The first couple of times you spin that wheel, they ain't gonna let you win. Why? Because they want their money first. And then after that, you may hear ding, 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 encourage you to keep going. The point is, a broker spread is the difference between what the actual price is and what the broker is charging you to enter that trade. Under normal circumstances, it could be 1 pip, 2 pips, 3 pips, right? But at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and if you listen to what listen, I promise you, this one thing alone that I'm sharing right now could save multiple thousands of people their trading account if they were tuned into this. Because I can't tell you how many unwarned, unseasoned traders are rubbing their hands together as we speak, sitting there anxiously waiting for 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the market to open so they can take their first trade. And they're going to get their butt chewed off because what happens is they tend to use a 5 pip or 10 pip stop loss. But the broker at the opening of the session could charge anywhere from 8 to 10 pips just to enter the trade. So the moment you place the trade, you instantly lost your money. You see why it's good to document? I used to go through that and I didn't know what was going on. Why am I losing? The candlesticks didn't even barely move. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do with the fact that your broker at the first 30 minutes or so of the market open, them spreads are 3 to 4 times as much. So anything that could have been a normal 3 pip spread, 2 pip spread, is now 10 and 12 pips. Can you now see why you are losing your trades every week? And you see why documenting is important? Had I not documented what was going on, I would never have known this. That's why I don't waste my money on trading on Sundays for the most part, or at least until several hours after the market has opened on Sundays. But for the most part, I don't really care about Sunday. That's just one of the days. See, documenting your trades. Okay, let's go to the next one. Number 6. Number 6 is documenting my trades taught me which sessions were best, which by the freaking way, did you guys know? Now, some of you guys are savvy and you realize this, but do you know around the world, people are being taught about 4 trading sessions, but there's actually 5. Now, for some of you savvy folks, you already knew this, but for many people, they didn't even know it. And neither did I when I first was starting out and nobody said anything. So here's the deal. You have the Aussie session or the Sydney session, which controls the Aussie. Then right after that, you have the Tokyo session, which controls the JPY. Then you have the, watch this, they tell you about the what? London session, right? Okay, London session. Great. But did you know there was actually one other additional session that opens up 1 hour before London? And it's called the Frankfurt session. Some of you guys out there knew that, but many traders around the world don't even know. And the Frankfurt session basically controls the GBP, the Great British Pound. And that opens and closes 1 hour before London opens. Then you have London, and then you have the US session. Isn't that amazing? Had I not been documenting, I wouldn't have known what was going on. Isn't that crazy? Next one. And this is the last one. Number 7. It forced me, this is the most important one. If you don't hear anything else I'm sharing, I beg you, please share this with your trading partners. This last part, okay? This last part is critical. Please share this with your trading partners, your trading friends, your aspiring family members who want to trade and all this kind of stuff. Please share it with them. Here's what's most important. Number 7. It forced me to discipline to become disciplined and methodical in trading versus emotionally taking a trade because it jerked and spiked and I thought I had to rush to jump in the trade just to make sure it didn't take off without me. Did you hear what I said? Because now I have to go through a flight check plan, just like any airline pilot does. They don't just take off the plane. Well, everybody got your seatbelt on? Well, let's go, y'all. And then in the midair, they're sitting up there, okay, let's go through, let me go back and see whether we went through everything. No, a airline pilot, they go through a checklist before the plane even pulls out backwards and start pulling out of the gate. Did you hear what I said very carefully? If you don't hear anything else, you need to get that. If you don't join Super Easy, again, I've already provided everyone in there in step number 3 of the tutorial program. So if you sign up today, just go through the tutorial program. And step number 3, you'll see a red button that says print these out. Inside there, I give you a free chart of chart patterns. I give you news events that you need to look for, but I also give you the trading manual, which you need to read through just so you have it and understand how we use it and how we don't. We also have videos for that. But most important is I also give you the 4th item for free, which is a trading journal. And with that trading journal, you learn to go through it first, then you place your trade. Oh, isn't that golden right there? But even if you don't have ours, you can create one yourself. But what you want to do is you want to go through your flight checklist plan of your trading idea before you click the button. Too often I was clicking the button because I seen, oh, my candles, oh, it spiked. Many of you guys, if you'll watch my videos that I've done of live charts, which I just posted one the other day, if you look at my colors of my candles, you'll notice that I grayed them all out to gray. I don't have red and green candles anymore. Now, I have nothing against that if that's what you like. But for me, it interfered with me poorly and destroyed my performance. I learned to just gray them out so that they're not that important. Yes, I like candlestick patterns and I look at this and that. And there's 2 of them that I teach every single week that is kind of like money in the bank. So if you join, I'll be teaching it all the time. But for the most part, I took it off because what I was doing wrong, I would look at a red candle, then a green candle, then a red candle, and then I see it spiking around, and I'm like, oh, I better jump in this trade. And as soon as I jumped in the trade, and I wish I could leave my comments on, but we got a lot of spammers and scammers trying to hit our channel, so I turn them off. But here's the point. How many times have you done that? Where you was trying to be methodical, and then all of a sudden you glanced at the charts and you seen that candle turn green or red because you either trying to buy or sell and it was moving kind of quick and you just felt like, oh, let me jump in the trade. And the moment you jumped in it, it's like, man, the thing always went the other way. Now, I wish I had my comments on because therefore it would be a whole lot of people saying, amen. Type the like button if that happened to you. Just hit the like button if it happened to you. Okay? Happened to me all the time. Oh my God. All the time. And here I go jumping in, but then the candle would jump back the other way, and then I'm jumping in the trade. And it had me nervous all the time. And I got tired of being nervous, you guys. I don't know if you're tired of it, but I got tired of being nervous. But like a doctor, before they commit a surgery, before they do surgery on you, they read their charts. They send in these, they have you do tests, blood tests. They want to check your blood pressure. They do all these things before they do any simple surgery on you. An airline pilot, they go through an entire checklist before they even back the plane out. It hasn't even hit the runway. Before they back that thing out, they go through an entire checklist because they're professionals and it's a requirement. Loved one, I'm asking you, what checklist do you have? What checklist? Because when you have a checklist, it checks your emotions as well. That's the beautiful part about having a checklist in the journal. It documents, it causes me, and here's what I'm saying to you. The best way to do this is to have a checklist journal so that you're actually journaling the trade before you even place it. So that you know that you're placing a trade under calm conditions, you did all of your due diligence, and then you click the button. Do you see what I'm saying? You see the difference in thinking between a professional and a person and an amateur? The amateur clicks the button first and then try to figure out what they did wrong. A professional will go through a flight checklist plan before they click the button. So they don't let their emotions get out of control because I don't care. I see a setup, but immediately my eyes are away from the chart and going through the checklist first. Does it match up to these rules? How many times have you said you have rules and oh, I got some trading rules? How many times have you broke them, loved one? Come on now, let's tell the truth and shame the devil up in here. You don't have to like me, but I'm going to tell you the truth. You don't have to listen to another one of my videos. That's fine. But somebody got to tell you the truth. Because I had to have this conversation with myself all the time. Majority of the trades, if I lose them, it's because I was out there trading on my phone. This is why I don't really trade on my phone anymore. Because I don't have a way of really documenting thoroughly. What airline pilot said, oh, well, I went through my flight checklist. Well, how did you do it? Oh, I was sitting in the lobby I was in the airport at McDonald's and I was going through a flight checklist on my phone. Huh? The doctor said, oh, I was in Chick-fil-A drive-through and I was looking through the charts on my phone. And so I'm just going to come right on in and start surgery on you. No blood pressure check. No blood test check. Ain't checked nothing with the anesthesiologist, no nurses. Oh, I just did everything on my phone. And you wonder why your patients are dying all the time. You understand what I'm saying? The Bible says the truth will set you free. But as I told him in class this last week, I said, if I wrote the Bible, I would add one little extra piece. The truth will set you free if you're willing to accept it. And many people don't want to accept the truth for what it is. Could it be that you can improve your trading this week by just listening to what I just shared with you? Just listen to what I'm sharing with you. If you go back and you just tuned in late, please go back and play this video again. I'm about to wrap it up. Go back through it from the beginning and play this video over and over and over again until you get what I'm saying. And then you'll realize you don't have to be a scared, emotional trader anymore. Now you're doing it like a surgeon. Now you're doing it like an airline pilot. And win or lose, it's okay. You're going to have a losing week. Sometimes it's just the way the market is. Like I said, last week, it was kind of like a break-even week. That's why what was the point of trading a whole lot? I mean, it was a break-even week. It was NFP. Normally, the NFP week, I told you guys, the week of NFP is really a waste of time sometimes. You can still get some good trades, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, the market is choppy because it's just sitting around, jerking around, waiting for Friday's NFP, which really ain't no big surprise no more, right? But that's the results. So you don't take it personal. Then you come back the next week, like this week, I ain't mentioned nothing about news because I checked the news. There's a couple of things that's some, but really it's nothing much, nothing major this week as far as news. So guess what I'm looking for? According to my journaling, I know, okay, I just need to watch out for the bankers and institutions pulling their usual weekly tricks. After that, I should be okay. And I move on. See, it's business now. It's not emotional. It's business. Okay? All right, well, I'll be doing another video next weekend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, just subscribe to our channel and like us. If you want to join the Super Easy Forex family, I will be more than happy to welcome you aboard. I will be teaching in class like I always do every Tuesday and Wednesday during the U.S. session. I love teaching and training class. I love staying back, answering every student's question. So that's the reason why sometimes I'll stay back at the class only supposed to be 30 minutes to an hour. Sometimes I'll let it run for 2 hours just to make sure I'm answering everybody's question. I'm always available during those class times. Okay. And we do record the classes. So in case you're at work or you sleep and you miss the class, okay, no problem. Just play it back. If you have a question you want me to answer during class, then just email the question before class time. I'll get it, my staff will get it to me, and then I'll make sure to answer it so that when you're doing the playback of the video of class, you'll be able to hear your question answered. Okay, I want to make sure that you guys are successful if you decide to join Super Easy Forex family. If you just like the free videos, that's cool too, no big deal. Okay, I'm just not a forced pitch. But last but not least, one reiteration point though, really important, don't forget, on the 17th, we're going to be releasing the dashboard scanner, which is a freaking beast. Even if you have your own strategy, you can make it adapt and work with that too. I can't wait for that to come out. Boy, that's going to be something exciting. Okay, you guys, have a great trading week. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you next week, okay? Or if you join today, I'll talk to you on Tuesday, okay? Because you have enough time to go through the tutorials and everything else, and you'll be prepared for class, and I'll be happy to talk with you and meet you, okay? Love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.